Welcome to Get Real with Eddie, the show that dives into local, regional, and national real estate, the largest creator of millionaires, and the key to building generational wealth. Hosted by Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialists. Eddie is here to share expert insights and strategies to help you unlock the power of real estate. Now, let's grow in real estate with Eddie Ruettiger.
Happy Tax Day!
Oh yeah, dun dun dun.
I didn't have your mic on. All right, one more time. Happy Tax Day!
Dun dun dun.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got nothing on that.
I don't either.
I really don't. So,
Get them in today, folks.
Yeah, it is what it is. Pay your taxes. There are some things that do come out of them that are good. Streets, roads, things like that, and all kinds.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I mean, infrastructure.
Yes.
We need infrastructure, okay? We need bridges, we need roads, and
exactly
levees, and all those
and that's all
things.
I got. So, I came across this article, and this will change what you think about investors in today's housing market, because this has been a big issue, is the problems or things that we're seeing with the housing market. A lot of people are like, well, it's because of the investors. It's because of the investors. I don't necessarily think that's 100% true.
No, I don't believe it as well.
Yeah.
I mean,
so some headlines make it sound like big Wall Street firms are buying up everything in sight, and if you're trying to purchase a home yourself, that can make it feel like the odds are stacked against you. But when you take a closer look at the data, a very different picture starts to come into focus. Most investors are just everyday owners. For the start, when you hear the word investor, you probably picture a corporation that misconceptions is a large part of what is feeding into the myth that they're buying up all the homes. Most investors are not big companies at all. They're everyday people.
Yep.
They're somebody who owns a second home, like a vacation house, a neighbor who has one or two rentals, or even an owner who tried to sell their house and didn't get the price they wanted and decided to rent instead. And when all of these groups are lumped together in headlines, the number of investors sounds high, especially if you're operating under the assumption all investors are big investors. But here's what the numbers don't tell you. Institutional investors are a very small part of the large investor group. All right?
yep.
Those big companies buying homes actually make up a very small share of the market. According to Batch data, the largest investor, those with 1,000 homes or more, own just 0.4% of the 86 million single-family homes in the country.
Mm-hmm.
0.4%.
Yeah, very small percentage.
Big investors are selling 4 homes for every one they're buying right now. Letting that sink in. 4 homes for every one they are buying at the moment. That means they've actually added almost 1.7 thousand homes back on the market. What does this mean for you? Aggressively buying up homes, most of these companies are stepping back, which means less competition from them. What was it? We had data on the actual breakdown also, and I don't remember it. I want to say right now they own 0.4%. That's 1,000. Those that own 100 or more was, I think, 2%.
Yeah, very small.
Those that own 10 to a 99 was like, I think under 20%, and those that own 10 or less was like 80% of the market.
Yeah. It's the mom and pops.
Which is your neighbor. This is someone's retirement. This is someone that lives next door to you.
Yeah. And they own a couple of homes. They own a couple of rentals. And we need rentals. We need diverse housing.
We do. I mean, and the reason we need it, there's so many things. I mean, we need it because we have a lack of inventory here in the Midwest. We talked about this last week on the Tale of Two Markets.
Oh, yeah.
And we talked about how, the Midwest and Northeast have a housing shortage while you're looking at 2019 inventory levels for the South and the West. I mean, it's the tale of two markets, honestly.
Yeah. Well, and rentals, we need rentals for innumerable reasons. You might be just getting out of school. You might be just leaving mom and dad's house for the first time. You might be, downsizing, and you need, you're at that point in your life where you don't want to care for a home anymore. Tons of reasons. So it's part of a good, successful portfolio for a community to have different types of housing.
The other aspect, they bring the housing stock back onto the market.
Yes.
I have sold multiple houses in the last 2 years that were not eligible for an FHA, VA, or a conventional loan. The condition of the property would not allow it. So having an investor come in, buy that property, and flip it into a rental, or maybe flip it back onto the market, is a necessary need.
Yes, you don't want that house just rotting away and being abandoned. And that's the only other alternative, because nobody can leverage a loan off of it. So it needs to be repaired.
Yeah, it needs to be repaired. And it needs that TLC and that somebody that has the means to do it. You cannot just go in and buy the house up and go, well, I'm going to fix it up, so why can't I buy it? It doesn't, because the bank's not going to take that risk.
No.
Bank is not going to do that. Yes, are there programs out there? Yes, you could do a 203K. There are ways for you to do these, but with those come certain restrictions. One of the restrictions is when you do that type of loan is you can't do any of the work yourself. It has to be done by a professional. So to have that as an option, yeah, do it. Go with the 203K. Make sure you've got everything lined up, ready to go. But you've got to be ready to act with that. And there's a lot more work and there's a lot more cost.
Yeah.
So, all right. Want to get in because these mortgage rates are just been crazy. You can't control what's happening with the rates, but you can control this. All right? Mortgage rates have been volatile lately. That's an understatement.
Yep.
If you think you're about to buy a home, that can make it harder to plan. But there are still some things you can do that best possibly and gets you the best rate possible in today's market. Okay? So mortgage rate volatility is normal. Normal. Data from Freddie Mac shows that recent volatility, after trending down for well over a year, there was a rise. So this lovely chart that we get from Freddie Mac started in Jan of 2025. Rates hit over 7% last year in January, and have been steadily moving down the last year until March, where we hit about 6 and then shot back up to 6.5.
Yeah. Had a hiccup.
Had a hiccup. It's a great way to explain it. But it's normal for rates to bounce around a bit. And what the average rate is doesn't mean it's your rate. Again, talk to your lender. Especially when there's economic uncertainty or big global events happening, volatility is expected. Investopia explains mortgage rates don't move in isolation. When global events inject uncertainty into financial markets, that can ripple through to borrowing. Mortgage costs can respond quickly to geopolitical developments. As long as uncertainty remains elevated, rates swings may continue.
Let me point out that your lender is used to this stuff. If they have any experience at all, they're used to these bounces, and they know how to watch and wait and to lock you in to the best rate possible.
I'm going to call a spade here. All right? It doesn't matter whether you believe in this war or you don't believe in this war. We need the war to end from a financial standpoint. Okay? With what's going on in Iraq. Once that's done, you're going to see, in my opinion, gas prices come down and rates start to come down. That's the issue right now. That has put global uncertainty on a huge broadcast map. So once this is done, you're going to see rates, in my opinion, start to move down. Now, how fast, I don't know. I hope it drops like a rock. I really do. Because right before the war started, I had a lender tell me, he quoted 5.25 on VA and FHA. We talked about this a couple weeks ago when Carrie was subbing in when Nancy was sick. 5.25. What have you been preaching and preaching?
You get down there, and we're gonna be running.
Get down where? Under what?
Under 5.5.
So we were there for 2 days.
Yeah.
According to this lender. 2 days.
So it can happen. We were there.
We were there. And I think we're going to get back there. All right?
Just how long is it going to take?
How long is it going to take? Doesn't matter. Right now, this market is moving very sluggish, which gives the buyer the advantage, in my opinion. Even with the low inventory we have in our marketplace, you're going to have sellers that are racking up 15, 30, 45, 60 days worth of inventory. They're going to start getting nervous. They're going to start going, what's going on? Why? Not all of them. Some of them are going to take a lowball offer. Some of them are going to take the house off the market.
Yeah.
They're just going to go, yep, nope. We're going to wait until this mess is over, and I'll come back in later on. But it is going to be an opportunity if you act now. Buy the house now. Rent the rate.
Yes, the rates will fall eventually. Yes. We'll get that 5. We'll get down there.
And I don't know if we'll get down to 5 itself, but I think we're
someday.
I
think we will.
Oh, well,
eventually.
Maybe
next year or
year
after.
I don't know.
It'll take a while.
But I mean, I think we will get into the 5s.
Yeah.
So buy the house, rent the rate. Don't overextend yourself. But do that cost analysis. When do you think rates are going to come down? Well, you just saw it took a year to come from 7 to 6 on the path that we were on.
Yeah.
Took a year. So how long is it going to take us to get back down to 6? 6 months? I don't know.
Well, and in the meantime, you're gaining equity. You purchase a home, you're gaining the equity on that home, regardless of what the interest rates are. So think of it that way.
And think of it when the rates do drop and prices will start to soar again. All right. How much? I don't know. But it's a simple supply and demand demographic.
Yes, and we're already,
You already own the house. That is the cost. That's the number you can't calculate. So is it more cost effective? I don't know. Let's sit down and run numbers. All right. Buy the house today at this rate. Here's what I'm paying. Buy the house at this rate down the road. Here's what I'm paying. Here's current equity gain. Let's just hypothetically say, okay, the prices go up 1% more than the current equity gain because of the demand.
yeah, where would you be?
2% more, 3% more. I mean, it's going to be an opportunity, is what I'm pointing out. If you are in that market right now and rates have you scared, I get it. I understand it. Don't overextend yourself. If you can't make the payment, don't take the loan. But if you can make the payment and you just don't want to because it's higher than I wanted to do, maybe you need to, because that may be the better deal. So Bankrate explains your credit score is one of the most important factors lenders consider when you're applying for a mortgage, not just to qualify for the loan itself, but for the conditions. Typically, the higher your score, the lower the rate is and the better terms you qualify for. So while you're waiting, work on your credit score. Even if you got a 700, maybe you can get a 720. You're at a 720, maybe you can get a 740.
Well, and if you have a low credit score, you get it up to 600. Now you're qualifying for assistant.
Some of the down payment assistance programs
of the down payment assistance
require a 600 credit score.
Yep.
The Consumer Financial Protection Bureau explains there are several broad categories of mortgage loans, such as conventional, FHA, USDA, and VA loans. These are your qualified mortgages. Lenders decide which products to offer, and loan types have different eligibility requirements. Rates can be significantly different depending on what type of loan you choose. Sometimes, believe it or not, you can get a better deal and a better rate on FHA. Just all depends.
And that's the conversation to have with the lender.
That's the conversation with the lender. The growth equity is the conversation to have with the realtor. So It's got to be a team effort. When you choose the right home loan, it's important to consider the loan term, which is the length of time it will take to repay your loan before you fully own your home. I don't like that sentence because you fully own your home from day one. There's just a lien on your home. Your loan term will affect your interest rate, monthly payment, and the amount of interest you will pay over the life of the loan. That is true. I never liked that saying.
Yeah, it's kind of weird the way they...
Well, it goes back to the old thing. I don't own the house, the bank does. No, they don't.
No, you own the home.
You own the home. You own it. The bank just has a lien on the home.
Yep.
That's it. Don't pay the lien back, then the bank will own the home. Pay the lien back, the bank will never own the home. They never have.
They have to go through a legal channel in order to...
In Illinois,
in order to get that house.
Yeah.
Because they don't own it.
In some states, man, let me tell you, they can foreclose on you in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
It just all depends on what state and where you're at and what those rules and regulations are.
Yeah. Yep.
So if your house isn't selling, there are a couple tips we can give you to help get that property up on the market and ready for relaunch. Okay? So first thing is start with an honest post-mortem. Agents say they analyze whether the price, marketing, presentation, or timing was the root problem. All right? So look at those factors. Presentation. I think, is the biggest one. Pictures, video, remarks. The remarks should not be 2-bedroom, 3-bath. They have a column that says how many bedrooms, how many baths. The remarks should give you a viable flow of what the layout of the house is.
Yeah.
I think
Highlighting some of the attributes of the home.
I am all in favor of floor plans. Do you do floor plans?
Yes.
Yeah. I think a floor plan is huge. It doesn't have to have the dimensions. All right. You've got the room dimensions on the thing, on our listings for our area. Not all MLSs have the dimensions of the room, so I get it. So you might want the dimensions in the floor plan if you don't have them on the listing sheet out of the MLS. That's fine. The dimensions of the room should be somewhere. But it just needs to give the layout of where the rooms are located in the space.
Yeah.
So the minds can start connecting the space, the pictures, the layout, everything. It's like connect the dots.
Yep. And it's always nice to have because people will look through it and they'll be intrigued and want to come see it. And that's the whole point, is to get them in the house.
Revisit price expectations. Okay? If you were hoping to get $400,000 and listed the house at $450 to give yourself some negotiating room, it's probably why you didn't have anybody look at the property.
Yes.
Because anybody seeing your listing at $450 wasn't looking at your house, because all of the houses at $450 were $50,000 more than your property.
Yeah, they're $50,000 more of house.
Space, upgrades,
Yep.
Features, all of that. You need to list it at $400,000 to get $400,000.
Yes.
And when you overlist, now you're coming back to the market with market time. Whether it's a different agent or the same agent, we all know. We know.
Yes. No.
Refresh photos, staging, and presentation. Did you take and clean out rooms, or do you have a lot of furniture and a lot of things making a room seem small? This comes into all three of those. Now, the photos, I get it. There's lighting. There's other features on the photos that could have dampened your aspects. There's a lot of pet peeves I have. All right. Seeing pets in photos, especially when they're in the backyard.
Yeah, no.
No. Seeing toilet seats up in a photo.
Garbage cans, toilet seats up.
Rugs, little throw rugs.
It depends on the area for the rugs. Sometimes I leave them in, sometimes I don't.
Most of the time I take them out.
Yes, and
unless if it's a bigger rug, and there's a table on it, then yes, they're going to stay in. All right, but if it's a small little rug that goes in front of the sink.
Now, see, sometimes I do put them in if it's a cold-looking flooring. I'll leave them in to break up the visual. Like I said, just depends.
See, and my
to
concern,
soften it.
and I get that. I'm not saying it's wrong. My concern is always that they define the size of the space and make the space smaller in a two-dimensional photograph, and that's why I usually take them out.
Yeah, and it depends.
It depends. Reset the listing market clock. That's going to be depending on where your MLS is, what your MLS rules are. Just because you list with a new agent, depending on where you're at in the country, your MLS might not start the clock new. You may be able to just simply cancel out the listing and relist it with the same agent, and it may start the clock new. So that's a whole different ballgame, a whole different thing. You may have to be off the market for a certain amount of time to start that clock new. Every MLS has different rules and regs. Mm-hmm. Consider a pre-inspection. Have an inspector come out and inspect the property. I'm going to hold it there. We're going to take a break, and I want to have a little bit more of a discussion on this inspections and why to do it. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Are you a real estate agent ready to take your career to the next level? Tired of feeling like just another number in the office? It's time to join a brokerage that's invested in you. Exit Real Estate Specialist. At Exit, we don't just offer a desk, we offer growth, mentorship, and the tools you need to build lasting success. Led by Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker, we focus on helping agents create generational wealth, not just close deals. Imagine having the support of cutting-edge technology, top-tier training, and a culture where your success is celebrated. Plus, with Exit's unique residual income opportunities, you're not just earning commissions, you're building your future. Ready to grow? Ready to thrive? Join Exit Real Estate Specialist today. Call Eddie Ruettiger directly at 815-823-5478 or visit www.exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Your future in real estate starts here.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists.
And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Thinking about selling your home? Don't just list it, leverage it with Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialists. Eddie puts powerful marketing strategy behind every sale, featuring professional photography, detailed floor plans, immersive 3D virtual tours, and dynamic video walkthroughs that make your home stand out. With targeting online campaigns, social media exposure, and proven strategies, Eddie attracts serious buyers to get your home sold fast and for top dollar. Plus, you'll always be in the loop with clear, constant communication. Ready to sell with confidence? Call Eddie Ruettiger at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-5478. Or visit yourdwellings.com. Eddie Ruettiger, Strategic Marketing. Stand out results. 815-823-5478. Or visit yourdwellings.com today.
The face for radio, the heart for real estate. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right, so this pre-listing inspection. There are things that are going to come up in the deal that are going to get caught by the inspector, by the buyer. By having a pre-inspection listing and having all this documentation, we talked about this a little bit last week.
Yes.
You sit there and everything your inspector finds, you went addressed. You can put not addressing, not concerned, not doing, whatever. All right? Or you could put explanations out. Like the inspector I work with has 3 different bubbles, as he likes to call it. One of the bubbles is maintenance. So he'll take a picture of the water heater, and the water heater is going to have that it needs to be drained, once a year, twice a year. I like doing it twice a year, personally, on the water heater. So you get rid of that sediment that builds up in the bottom. You could that's going to come up on this report. You can explain how often you've done it, what you've done, just drained it last week, blah, 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 washed out the sediment, and it's been working like a champ. There's all kinds of different things you can address on that inspection where it's just basic maintenance stuff that it doesn't necessarily cost you an arm and a leg. And these pre-inspection listings, what you find is sometimes, not always, they skip doing a home inspection. Now, if it was my buyer, absolutely not. You're still doing your home inspection.
Yeah, your home inspector's working for you, doing the work for you.
Yeah. So, but this also gets the hidden problems addressed. All right, maybe you do have a cracked heat exchange.
Yeah, and you truly didn't know.
And you didn't know. Maybe the GFIs are bad and the ground wires are bad, and you didn't know. I, as a realtor, am not going to know these things coming through your house. So having these things addressed ahead of time really, really makes it 100% easier to get the deal done and get the deal to close. Because there's two different levels. I got to get a deal together, step one. But then I got to get it closed, step two. And the second step is actually the harder step. Right now in our MLS, it's about a 20% flip rate. These things go under contract. About 20% of them are coming back on the market.
Yeah, for one reason or another.
Offer incentives. All right? Maybe you offer a buy down. We'll give you $5,000 for a buy down for your mortgage. All right? Maybe you offer a closing cost credit for
carpet or something.
Carpet, whatever, windows, whatever you might think. Maybe you offer a home warranty. These are all incentives to make them want to look at the house. Because it's not hard. You got to get them to look at the house. You get them to write the offer. You get through inspections. You get to close. Sounds easy. And it can be easy.
Yeah, sometimes it can be very smooth.
But sometimes it can be a nightmare.
Oh, yeah. And this is one way. Inspections, pre-listing inspections are one way to help to make it a smoother transaction.
Then align with the new strategy. Maybe it was a simple thing of, you know what? We don't want to take any showings after 5 o'clock Monday through Friday. Well, guess what? There's some people will never be able to see your house because we have people that work every Saturday and Sunday. And when I say they're working Saturday and Sunday, they're pulling 12s.
Yes. Been there, done it.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
So they're not going to get to see your house. Yeah. They're just not. And you're thinking, oh, well, if they're pulling 12s, they're only going to probably work 3 or 4 days, and then they're off for 3 or 4 days. Not necessarily.
No.
Depends on where their rotation of their 12s are at. They could be on a rotation where they're doing almost 8 in a row, and then they're off. Well, you're already under contract. And that was the buyer that was willing to go over list price. So opening up on price, opening up on showings, opening up on addressing the concerns of the property is all going to put just one more little step in the right direction to get you under contract. All right, I want to look at Plainfield.
Okay.
Plainfield's been just kind of just sitting there, moving up a little bit. Nothing dramatic. They're still above the national, because I think national is supposed to be like 1.5 to 1.8. Plainfield's moving up 2.5% on the median sales price, March over March. So they're above what we're supposed to be doing, according to Fannie Mae.
I'm sorry, Plainfield proper or Plainfield?
This is Plainfield City. This is
okay. Proper.
You are in the city of Plainfield. Single family homes, resale, no new construction. The average is up 3.3% to 462,713. Your market time in Plainfield is up 8.3% to 39 days. Your month supply is up 14.3% from last year to 1.6 months. It has been sitting at 1.6 months since September of last year. So the market time has been pretty consistent in Plainfield. Closed showings are up 5.4% to 845 units over the last 12 months. So, not bad numbers at all. Your showings to contract in Plainfield is down 8.3% to 11. And your showings per listing is down 9.3% to 7.8. Anything jumping out majorly for you?
No, not really. I mean, I've seen this going on, so it's not the boom it was, but they're just doing their thing. They're just being Plainfield.
So the one thing I will point out is new listings in Plainfield is up 12.1%, and homes for sale year over year is up 26.7%. Okay? So when you're looking at last year, let me see if I can get it into the bar graph.
There you go.
So last year we were up 26.8%. We're up 26.7% this year. So we're seeing this steadily incline
An increase, yeah.
of homes on the market in Plainfield.
Yeah. A few.
And with that being said, that's why you're seeing, I think, the prices leveling out. You're only seeing a 2 or 3% growth in Plainfield, and it's because of the increase in inventory. They are one community that are seeing the increase in inventory, where when you compare it to some other ones, we're not seeing that dramatic of an increase in inventory. Because we had Romeoville last week, right?
Yeah.
All right. I want to pull Romeoville.
And it was 5%.
In increase in, they're
5 point something percent.
In median sales price.
Median sales.
Okay.
Where Plainfield was what, 2? 2 and something.
Well, keep in mind, if we're looking at detached single family, and we talked about this, I remember, it was 5.4% for all property types, but it was actually down 0.5% on the median sale for single family direct. But when you're looking at the single family direct for home sales, new listings is up only 4% in that same category, and you look up for inventory, it was up 29.2% this year in Romeoville, and it was up 9.1% last year. So they didn't see that big jump in inventory last year, where Plainfield saw 26% last year, 26% this year, and that's why you're seeing Romeoville overall at that 5.4. But when you're looking at the individual detached single, they're down 0.5. So, and again, I think that goes to the demand of Plainfield on that single family house. You're still seeing that growth because of the strong school districts.
Oh yeah.
And that. So
they're still growing. And hey, it's 7 homes. That 26% was 7 homes.
Yeah.
So it's not like a big rush.
No, but it looks huge on paper. It does.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about the 7 tips for relisting your house. All right. We're going to talk 10 tips for purchasing a home in the spring market when we get back after the break. Keep it here with Get Real with Eddie.
Are you a real estate agent ready to take your career to the next level? Tired of feeling like just another number in the office? It's time to join a brokerage that's invested in you. Exit Real Estate Specialist. At Exit, we don't just offer a desk, we offer growth, mentorship, and the tools you need to build lasting success. Led by Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker, we focus on helping agents create generational wealth, not just close deals. Imagine having the support of cutting-edge technology, top-tier training, and a culture where your success is celebrated. Plus, with Exit's unique residual income opportunities, you're not just earning commissions, you're building your future. Ready to grow? Ready to thrive? Join Exit Real Estate Specialist today. Call Eddie Ruettiger directly at 815-823-5478 or visit www.exitrealestatespecialist.com to learn more. Your future in real estate starts here.
Welcome to the Lions Club. Being a lion means knowing that kindness matters. We believe in changing the world by serving the needs of our local communities. More than 1.4 million lions around the world are responding to local and global challenges with kindness and care. Come volunteer with us. Your Lions journey starts here. The Crest Hill Lions Club invites you to reach out to your local Lions Club to learn about how you can be a part of a community and bringing passionate, kind-hearted people together to serve local needs. They build relationships that lead to opportunities. In short, when lions serve, life improves, and the community grows. Grow with us. The Crest Hill Lions Club would also like to thank our sponsors who help with our yearly events, such as the car show and picnic at St. Joe's Park, and those who attend and support our Easter egg hunts, Shanahan Bingo, and many more events. The Crest Hill Lions Club meets the first and third Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. For more information on being a lion, go to lionsclub.org to start your journey today. That's lionsclub.org.
It's Eddie Ruettiger from Exit Real Estate Specialists.
And Get Real with Eddie. I want to bring to your attention the Herbert Trackman Planetarium at Joliet Junior College. My son loves this. They offer free shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. It's perfect for stargazers. The show provides excellent astronomical instruction and entertainment for no charge. That's right, it is free on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 6 p.m. The planetarium features a 30-foot diameter dome, a new OmniStar digital planetarium projector. During the shows, you can enjoy sky tours using the projector and PowerPoint presentations covering a wide range of astronomical topics. For more information, please visit jjc.edu/planetarium. And for you educators out there, they are open for field trip bookings. So go to jjc.edu/planetarium.
Thinking about selling your home? Don't just list it, leverage it with Eddie Ruettiger, designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialists. Eddie puts powerful marketing strategy behind every sale, featuring professional photography, detailed floor plans, immersive 3D virtual tours, and dynamic video walkthroughs that make your home stand out. With targeting online campaigns, social media exposure, and proven strategies, Eddie attracts serious buyers to get your home sold fast and for top dollar. Plus, you'll always be in the loop with clear, constant communication. Ready to sell with confidence? Call Eddie Ruettiger at 815-823-5478. That's 815-823-5478. Or visit yourdwellings.com. Eddie Ruettiger, Strategic Marketing. Stand out results. 815-823-5478. Or visit yourdwellings.com today.
Stocks may succeed, stocks may fail. Real estate is always there. It's Get Real with Eddie.
All right. You're purchasing a home in the market. We have some advice. Dun, 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 dun. Do you want to go through them and add yours on the end, or do you want to throw some out? Let's say add ours at the end.
Let's add ours at the end.
See what we come up with.
Yeah.
They don't touch.
See what they got.
Number one, know your market. Absolutely.
Have to.
You got to know your market. And you need to break down. Your agent should be sending you listings. And you need to break down, because a lot of times I find buyers aren't just looking at a market. They're looking at multiple markets. Well, I'm looking at Lockport. I'm looking at Romeoville. I'm looking at Crest Hill. And I'm looking at Plainfield. That is 4 to 6 individual different markets.
Yes.
Because Lockport, there's kind of two sides of Lockport on prices. Are you looking in older Lockport? Or are you looking at some of the newer stuff that bumps up to Homer Glen?
Yeah.
Same with Plainfield. Are you looking at older Plainfield? Are you looking at the Plainfield that's actually not Plainfield? It's in the city of Joliet, but it's got a Plainfield mailing address. It's got Plainfield schools. It may have Plainfield library, but you still actually live in the city of Joliet.
Yes.
Are you looking at northern end of Plainfield, closer to Naperville? Because that's a whole different market.
That's a whole different ballgame.
So you need to know your market and understand that these markets are all different. The neighborhoods are different. So that is a key aspect to know where you want to be, how you want to be. And the biggest thing is going to come into play is when you're ready to write that offer, the first thing you should be doing is running numbers.
Yes.
Run your numbers. We kind of talked about this before. It's the season. Present the seller with a full pre-approval letter. Not only should you be presenting your seller with a pre-approval letter, you should be making sure your seller has your lender's cell phone number so their agent can call. Matter of fact, if you got a really good lender, your lender should be calling the listing agent, not waiting for the phone call. I know there was a trend of doing these letters to the seller. Don't do them. A lot of times you put stuff in there that are actually fair housing violations. And a lot of times those letters are not presented. You want to make an impact to the seller. Have your lender call the listing agent and explain why you are the greatest thing since sliced bread.
Yes. And they will.
Get all the paperwork taken care of before you start looking. All of it. Get your buyer agreements done. Get everything over to the lender. Get your pre-approval done. Get everything done before you start looking.
There are programs with certain lenders, too, that will, their pre-approval is beyond a pre-approval.
Yeah, it's not pre-approval. It's underwritten.
Yes.
There's a difference. So we're already underwritten. We just need title, address, and HOA docs.
And that's a big deal when you're when you're putting in your offer.
Almost as good as cash.
Yes.
Almost. Take advantage of rising inventories and days on market. Now, the inventory aspect is not something in all markets you can take advantage of. We've talked about that. But the days on market could be, because we have such a hesitation in certain markets to pull a trigger, that you may be able to take advantage of that. You need to know your market. What is the average market time, days on market for an area? Now you can break that down by the neighborhood. Break it down. I would go by zip code. I would not go by the city. I think the city's too big.
Yeah, city, depending on what city.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
If you're talking a little...
Elwood would be the only one off the top of my head.
I was going to say, well, Braidwood, some of the smaller towns.
Braidwood's actually, I think, a little bigger, but even though you got to look at your zip codes, too, because some of those zip codes you get down south. Those zip codes get pretty big, too.
Yeah.
So, but you look at the days on market. Research an agent's performance. All right. So look at what an agent's credentials are. Look at what their performance has been. Now, keep in mind, this market has gone from 6.5 million units sold nationally in 2021 to about 4 million units last year. So guess what? There's no agent out there that's better than the market. Maybe there may be some agents that may be seeing a move up on their total units sold, but the majority of top producing agents, they're down year over year because the market is down year over year because they have saturated the market and their sphere. So keep that in mind to be fair to the realtors out there. This is going to depend on the marketplace. They got down here, demand more concessions from the seller. You know, that goes back to the tale of two markets.
Yes.
Which market are you in? Are you in the market that is back at 2019 inventory levels? Or are you in the market that is 50% below the 2019 market levels?
And market time. Again, if it's something that's been on the market, you're going to be able to negotiate.
If it just came on the
more.
market this week or last week, you're probably in a multiple offer situation. Make sure your agent can list before they go on websites. Can access listings before they go on websites. Well, yeah, okay, I see. They're talking about the coming soon's private network, stuff like that. The National Association of Realtors has strict rules on marketing property outside listing service. In the past, a property had to be listed within a business day of starting public marketing. There was an exception. Agents didn't need to list it if it didn't go public. It didn't go public. The association eased its rules, giving agents more than a day. So I think we still have our MLS has a day. I haven't seen that rule change. Have you?
No.
I haven't. So
We just use the private to
for coming soon.
coming soon.
And we can get those emails if they're allowed to go out to the consumer. That's the trend. That's the thing. The listing agent says, yes, you can share. No, you cannot. That's the big difference.
Yeah.
So, buy what you're renting. If you're renting a condo or a townhouse, ask the landlord if you can buy it. That's not a bad move.
Yeah.
I've actually done that for clients. And yes, I got paid. Actually, not that hard. Walked in, sat down with my client. They're like, we want you to negotiate with the landlord. I don't think the landlord likes us. The landlord didn't have an opinion one way or the other, honestly. I'm like, okay, I can do that. I had actually had a relationship with the landlord, which was awesome, and it paid off. And we turned around and got them a great deal. They bought the house, closed on it, and were happier than ever. Number 10, I'm going to leave it here. Consider properties that need work. We are back into a normal real estate market. There's never been a thing as a perfect house. This is why there's a lot of people that bought in 2021 and 2022 that have buyer remorse. They thought they were buying the perfect house. No such thing. There's always something else that you want that needed to get fixed or needed to be addressed. Just keep that open mind. And what are you willing to do? More importantly, what are you willing not to accept and not do? I'm not going to change out a furnace. I need something that's got at least 5 years on a furnace or 10 years on a furnace.
Yeah. What are your absolute deal breakers?
Absolutely.
Be realistic. That's the other thing. Be realistic.
Absolutely. All right, that wraps it up for Get Real with Eddie. Don't forget, check us out online 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at getrealwitheddie.com, talking about your largest investment, your home.
Thanks for listening to Get Real with Eddie. The views and opinions expressed are those of the host and guests and do not constitute legal, financial, or real estate advice. Listeners should consult appropriate professionals regarding their individual circumstances. Eddie Ruettiger and affiliated parties are not liable for actions taken based on this content. Eddie Ruettiger is the designated managing broker of Exit Real Estate Specialist, Illinois license number 481-014247, located at 2405 Essington Road, Uden I, Joliet, Illinois 60435. Exit Real Estate Specialists is an equal housing opportunity provider. Each Exit office is independently owned and operated. To join an Exit office, call Eddie at 815-823-5478.